Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by. So, the Supreme Court has been finishing up their latest session, and they've been handing down some pretty controversial decisions. Over the last 10 days, they've ruled that you can't sleep in public anymore. Even if the shelters are full, if you don't have a room to stay in, you're going to get thrown in jail. They've ruled that elected officials can accept bribes, and even judges can accept bribes, and there's nothing wrong or no conflict of interest involved, it's just what we do now. And I thought Chevron was going to be the worst of it. Overturning that, basically making it so all of our agencies have no real authority over themselves anymore. But today, the Supremes proved me wrong. They ruled on Trump versus the United States. It was the case regarding Donald Trump's involvement on January 6th and whether or not he should be held legally responsible for what he's done. And they ruled 6-3 in Trump's favor. Their ruling says that presidents cannot be held legally responsible for official actions taken while in office. And while I know that sounds weird, official acts, what does that really mean? I don't know how to not be alarmist about this. First of all, this retroactively, Richard Nixon's off the hook for Watergate. Totally fine what he did there. Theodore Roosevelt said it best, probably better than I'll ever be able to put it. No man is above the law, and no man is below it. Nor do we ask any man's permission when we ask him to obey it. I like that line, and I was under the impression that our Supremes would have held up to that too, but I think they read that and decided, one man can be above the law. And it's funny they decided to do this on the week of July 4th. They said that our presidents can be kings for a little bit as a treat, I guess. Fortunately, we do have some elected officials who are going to take action on this. Representative Alexandria Ocasio Cortez has already stated that she will be opening articles of impeachment against the Supremes who ruled in favor of this. And I think that's a good move because legally, I don't know what else we can really do at this point. This is an extremely terrible precedent to have in place. There's lots of people. I saw King Biden floating around. I saw some people suggesting that Biden should order drone strikes on these justices' homes because it's an official act, right? Let's just execute Order 66. Don't worry about it because it's an official act. And I don't really know how far that can go. But Trump's own legal team was suggesting that he could do a military coup and not be held liable, and that was a part of the case that was held today. So who knows how far this can really go? Unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess, however you want to look at it, I don't think Biden will use his newfound power for evil. The DNC seems largely incapable of doing anything. But, of course, if November rolls around and Trump is handed a second term, I have no doubt in my mind that a Trump led GOP will use this to their full advantage. It's it's just a really conflicting time to be around right now. I have always been of a mind that nobody should be completely immune to the law. Qualified immunity isn't a good idea for cops to have. I don't think it's a good idea for the guy who holds the nuclear football to have either. We all should be held responsible for the things we've done. And essentially, what this ruling means is anytime a president does something bad, if he decides to get impeached, the first thing that's going to come up in the House of Representatives is, well, how patriotic was he about it? Did he believe it was in the best interest of the country? Because if they can prove that, nothing the president does or will do will ever be held up. They'll never be held responsible for the things they do. So like I said at the start, I don't know how to not be alarmist about this. I try to be, kind of upbeat in these videos, but this is a really tough day to deal with right now. And I would suggest getting on the phone with your representatives, with your senators, and support AOC in impeaching these justices because something needs to be done about this. And maybe Biden will use his full new power to his advantage, but I doubt it. But, until we see what happens, y'all try to have a good day.